Okay, so today's a bit depressing with old bars in hospital and stuff, so we're just going to make something a bit more cheers up a bit. So I'm going to do Cajun chicken. I'm going to do some on the bone. I'm going to do some butterflies. I'll show you how to butterfly chicken. I'll show you how to split down the chicken as well with the bone in. I'm going to make a honey barbecue sauce for it, and we're going to make cookie dough today as well. It's Easter, so there's a lot of Easter egg shit lying about the fridge, so we'll make a nice Easter cookie dough. I'm going to do some Lyonnaise potatoes with this Cajun chicken as well today, and it's a nice honey barbecue sauce. So you're going to need an oven ready chicken fillets, salt, pepper, ketchup, brown sauce, Cajun spice, a red pepper, a lime, an onion, some honey, there's only £1 in Sainsbury's, and some baby potatoes. And I'm going to put some pineapple just in it to just make it really nice. So we'll get started anyway. Okay, so we'll start with the whole oven ready chicken. Take it out of the packaging. We'll start with the legs. I'm just going to cut down through the skin here, just to free it up, both sides like this. Then you'll feel there's a bone here. You can feel it. It'll just dislocate. So you're going to take a knife down that. That's the first leg. And again on the other side, you'll feel a bone. You can just dislocate it and just take a knife for it. Okay, so we'll have the legs off. I'm going to take this here with the breast. Just going to cut down. Just going to break this here. Just going to take a knife for it. This is the only bit will be discarding. You can keep it for stock. If you make a chicken stock, you can boil it up. We're just going to discard it. Next up, I'm going to cut the breast. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to cut it. Again, you're just going to put a bone here, so right through the breastbone. And the second part of the breast, again, just going to cut it in half. Just going to take the wing at the knuckle. The other wing just at the knuckle as well. I'm going to separate the drumstick from the thigh. It's easy as that. And just this chicken fillets in, okay, so just remove any bits of fat off them. That's it. We're just going to butterfly it. So take the fatter part, hold it with your hand, just saw, and you'll feel it opening. Just squash it down with your hand. That's how you butterfly. That's a chicken fillet butterfly. Just that one, so okay. Same again. Into the fattest part. Just squash it down with your hand again. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, that's the chicken prepared, so we're going to marinate it for an hour or so in the fridge. So we've got some Cajun spice. It's going in with some salt. Some vegetable oil, or olive oil, any oil will do, doesn't really matter. And we're going to just a lime as well. I'm not adding the zest into these anymore because they're starting to put wax on them to keep their colour, and it's artificial. So unless you're using organic limes right now, just take a juice. And just give us a stir up. So it's going to marinate for an hour, a couple of hours in the fridge. So we'll come back to you when that's done. Okay, so while the chicken's marinating, there's a few other things we can do out of the way. Just bit of time to kill, so I'm going to do Lyonnaise potatoes. Nice baby boiled potatoes. Going to boil them for 20 minutes. Strain them, run them under cold water, let them cool. Going to cut them in half, and they're going to be sautéed later in a wok with onions and butter and black pepper. So potato Lyonnaise, very nice. So we'll stick these on now. Water's on boiling, so. Okay, so when we're going to cook a chicken later on, it's going to be done in this wee charcoal pan of mine, or any frying pan you have. We're going to keep the same pan to make a sauce, so you get all the flavour from the Cajun off the chicken or the marinade. That's our walk on for Lyonnaise potatoes. Got a wee tray ready because the chicken's going to be sealed off either side, finished in the oven. The chicken on the bone will obviously take longer to cook than the chicken fillets, so we'll add them in first, then we'll add the fillets later on. It's going to be about 20 minutes in the oven, about 10 for the other. So I'll show you how to prep a red pepper. The best way to do it. Top and tail it. Make one slice here. Take your knife, just round the pepper, taking out the core and the seeds. That should be the only wastage of the pepper you should have. That's it. And just a matter, I'm going to keep it chunky for this sauce. I'm going to cut it in half and just going to cut it like this. And the top as well, you can use all of it. There's no waste on the bottom. Okay, so put that in a wee bowl just for later on. Is that done? Onion the same as usual, top and tail it. Cut it in half. Remove the skin. I'm going to use half of it for the sauce. I'm going to use half of it for the Lyonnaise potatoes. Yes. Okay, so the Lyonnaise potatoes I want to do a fine slice. They're just going to go in this wok for later on. Put some butter and some oil in that as well. And for the sauce, just rough cut. My peppers have been pre-washed, and scallions, anything these days, give them a really good wash because you just don't know anymore. And I'm going to some spring onions just for garnish. Again, I've washed these under the cold water, so it's just to garnish the dish. Okay, so that's that done. Okay, I'm going to prep this pineapple, show you how to do this as well. So I'm going to take a stock off it. I like to keep this for theatrics, so it's going to be part of the garnish of the dish. So have this sitting in the oven tray and you have your chicken all around it, the nice honey sauce. That'll be good. So take the bottom off the pineapple. Take your knife, just about 3 centimeters gash, and just bring it right down. Got it peeled. Then you're going to cut it in half. Lay it down. Cut it in half again. See, the core will be in the middle bit. This is the core, so not a nice bit. So we're going to cut that off just like that. And all you'll have left is just the pineapple flesh. I'm just going to cut it into nice bits, just big chunks. It's going to go into the sauce. Okay, so preheat your oven to 160 degrees. Have that on. Put my char-grill pan on. It's going to start to smoke hopefully in a wee second. Cook the chicken. Just a little bit of oil on it. So there's oil in the chicken. You don't need too much. You just get a wee rub with a bit of kitchen roll. Okay, so when this pan starts to smoke, we'll start searing the chicken. Okay, so the pan's warm enough now to cook. So we're going to do the chicken skin side down. We'll do all the chicken that's on the bone first. Okay, we're just going to get a nice bit of colour in them and then we'll turn them, so we'll come back to you when we're... be careful, it's going to be very hot. Burn yourself. We'll just let these sear for another few minutes on this side. I'm going to transfer them on the oven tray. Okay, now I'm just going to start taking these out of this pan and put them on this oven tray. And they're just going to go into this oven at 160 degrees. And we'll just do the sear these chicken breasts. And we'll come back to you in there. So we give these here a wee turn now. So let's get a bit more sear on it. So that's the chickens. They've been seared either side. These aren't going to go in the oven yet. I'm going to give the chicken on the bone 20 minutes, 15 minutes by themselves. And they'll go in and cook for 10 minutes. All together. Okay, so got my pan. Looks dirty, but it's going to be really good flavour for this Cajun sauce. So onions, peppers are going in. Pineapples going in as well. We're just going to soften these up. Get a bit of caramelization on the pineapple. Okay, so I'm going to add in now a small can of Coca-Cola into this pan. The Coca-Cola is going to give it nice sweetness and stickiness, and it's going to lift all the flavour off the pan as well. Then I'm going to add in some honey. You make this as sweet as you like. I probably put in there about 3 tablespoonfuls. Okay, so just going to give that a wee stir. And just let it boil up. Okay, so just let that simmer a few minutes just so the water's evaporating out. The Coke's going nice and sticky with the honey. The ratio for ketchup and brown sauce, the barbecue sauce, is 3 parts red to 1 part brown. So if you want to be technical, you can measure it with a spoon. Rather than I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm just going to stir it in, and then we'll just let this cook out there for about 4 or 5 minutes, and we'll just add this over the chicken near the end, and then we'll do the Lyonnaise potatoes, and that's your Cajun chicken ready. Okay, so the longer you cook the sauce, the stickier it's going to get. It's just going to caramelize, so it's entirely up to yourselves. I like it really gooey and sticky, so I'm just parboiling it probably for 5 minutes, just till it goes really, really sticky. I'm going to start the Lyonnaise potatoes, so I'm just going to, these were parboiled for 20 minutes and cooled. So we're just going to slice them in half. and we're going to wok fry them with some butter, oil, loads of black pepper and onions, and we're just going to cut these potatoes in half, so I'll get back to you. Okay, so we're just going to put this on the heat that's wok. So we've got onions in there, nice big dollop of butter, and a little bit of vegetable oil to stop the butter burning. Just if you just cook with butter alone, it can go burn just a little bit, not too much. Some salt, loads of cracked pepper, on your potatoes. Okay, so we'll not stir them just yet. We'll let the butter heat and the onions start to soften, and we'll start just giving them a wee toss around in the wok, and we'll add the spring onions at the end. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes since the chicken was in the oven, so I'm just going to lift it out. That looks good. I'm just going to add the chicken fillets to it now. I'm going to give it another 10 or 15 minutes to make sure it's ready. So it's going to go back in again for another 10 or 15 minutes. I'm just going to give these potatoes a wee toss now. Okay, so just cook them like that. Okay, so that's the Lyonnaise potatoes done. Put the spring onions in at the very end just because they go stray. It's been 15 minutes, so the chicken's ready. What we're going to do now, I'm just going to take one of these chicken fillets and put it to the side because my daughter doesn't like barbecue sauce. And a wee bit of the excess cooking juices is just going to turf it out too. And all we're going to do, your nice sauce we've made, it's just going to go over the top of the chicken. I'm going to return it to the oven just for a further 5 or 10 minutes, just till I want to serve it. Okay, so there we have it. Cajun chicken, honey barbecue sauce, and Lyonnaise potatoes. I've got some iceberg lettuce in the fridge and some tomatoes. We got a salad with it as well. And the next video we're doing will be the cookie dough, so yep.